Today's discussion will surround the role of influencers and citizen journalists in the digital era. Influencers are key to the nature and networks of information propagation on social media. Influencers are particularly important in political discourse through their engagement with issues and may derive their legitimacy either solely or partially through online operation or have an offline sphere of expertise such as journalists, media elites, or maybe some celebrity or any public figure. However, as social media raises concerns of political polarization worldwide, questions arise on the role of public figures who wield the ability to influence the political discourse. In parts of the West, there are inherent tensions between what are largely seen as liberal mainstream celebrities and emerging group of hyper-partisan micro-celebrities. In India, the role of influencers is complex and often has regional ramifications. Mainstream celebrities tend to support the leaders who are in power, which can be described as organized propaganda using all the machineries of the state, all media platforms owned by the state. While public figures speaking against the government have had to face online harassment, trolling, and attacks to their livelihood. Instances can be multiplied to support this argument that social media influencers, meaning those set of people who have a strong crowd pull over different social media networking sites, will be employed as an instrument to vouch for the existing or ruling political governance, whereas those opposed will have to face severe consequences, including imprisonment. On the other hand, citizen journalism is defined as non-professionals actively participating in the process of gathering, reporting, evaluating, and distributing news and information. The goal of this involvement is to give independent, dependable, accurate, comprehensive, and timely information that a multi-religious and diverse democratic society demands. The goal and motive of any citizen journalism is to liberate and join hands with those unheard and have not parts of the society. The mainstream media, which is mostly concentrated in the metropolitan cities, cannot always deliver justice to the information that the common public must be aware of. Due to this kind of discrimination in the distribution of news and reporting the events from all over the country, the lack of perspectives and awareness leads to a more biased, opinion-based society. The beauty or the worth of citizen journalism is that it expresses the true form of democracy and speaks for the people who are considered voiceless. Influencer engagement on social media. Apart from the question of divergences in online user basis, the question of how such a polarization is achieved or influenced is fundamental to the understanding of political polarization on Twitter. A body of work suggests that influences exacerbate polarization on social media by endorsing and spreading partisan content. In an experiment with Democrats and Republicans, Baker, Porter, and Santola in 2019 demonstrated that polarization does not spread in an egalitarian networks where all individuals have equal influence throughout the network. They argue that partisan bias is amplified on social media platforms like Twitter because these networks are organized around few key influences and the ability to obtain central positions could allow extremists to generate and sustain belief polarization in social media. Polarization in social media helps influencers gain more followers, and this is quite evident in the series of researches existing in the media syndrome. Another disturbing trend emerging in online space is the deployment of bots by political actors to influence public opinion. Bots are software apps that run automated tasks and conduct interactions with users over the internet. Bots can perform as intellectual influences over the audience, giving their own embedded insights over the political scenario that the anonymous user is interacting on. In today's digital age, the landscape of information dissemination has transformed dramatically. Influencers and citizen journalists have emerged as pivotal figures in shaping public opinion and providing alternative narratives to mainstream media. Here, I will discuss the roles these individuals play in the modern media ecosystem, the impact on society, and the challenges they face in an era characterized by rapid technological advancements and shifting audience expectations. Influencers are individuals who have gained a significant following on social media platforms and possess the ability to sway the opinions and behaviors of their audience. They often specialize in specific niches such as fashion, travel, technology, or health, and leverage their platforms to promote products, ideas, or social causes. The rise of influences can be attributed to several factors. One of the foremost factors is accessibility. Social media has democratized content creation, allowing anyone with a smartphone to share their voice and reach a global audience. Second, authenticity. Influencers often present themselves as relatable figures, fostering a sense of trust and connection with their followers. Third, engagement. Unlike traditional media, influencers can interact directly with their audience, creating a two-way communication channel that enhances engagement. Now, coming back to the emergence of citizen journalists or journalism, I must say, citizen journalists are everyday individuals who report news and events, often using their smartphones or social media platforms to share information. They play a crucial role in the media landscape by providing real-time updates and diverse perspectives, particularly in situations where traditional media may be limited or biased. Now, the key aspects of citizen journalism include timeliness. Citizen journalists can report on events as they unfold, often faster than traditional news media outlets. Diversity of voices. They bring attention to underreported or unrepresented stories and marginalized communities, contributing to a more inclusive media narrative. Third, accountability. Citizen journalists can hold powerful entities or powerful structures accountable by documenting events and sharing them with a wider audience. Talking about the impact on society, that is, the influence of both the social media influencers and citizen journalists extends beyond mere information sharing. They shape cultural trends, public discourse, and social movements. Their impact can be seen in various areas. First, social media movements. Influencers and citizen journalists have played vital roles in movements such as Black Lives Matter and climate activism, using their platforms to raise awareness and mobilize support of the common citizens of the country. Secondly, consumer or audience behavior. Influences significantly affect the purchasing decisions of the consumers or the viewers or the audience, with many consumers relying on the recommendations for the products and services. Then, information ecosystem. The rise of citizen journalism has challenged traditional media's gatekeeping role, leading to a more fragmented and diverse information landscape. Now, talking about the challenges faced by the social media influencers and citizen journalists, I must say that despite their growing prominence, influencers and citizen journalists encounter several challenges. First is misinformation. The rapid spread of information can lead to the dissemination of false or misleading content, making it difficult for audiences to discern credible sources. Then talking about regulation, as influencers and citizen journalists gain influence, questions arise regarding accountability, ethics, and the need for regulation in the digital space. Now, sustainability. Many influencers and citizen journalists struggle to monetize their efforts, raising concerns about the long-term viability of their work. Thereby, I must conclude saying that influencers and citizen journalists are reshaping the media landscape, offering new avenues for information sharing and engagement. Their roles are essential in fostering a more diverse and inclusive public discourse, but they also face significant challenges that must be addressed. As technology continues to evolve, the influence of these individuals will likely grow, further transforming how we, the audience, consume and interact with the information mechanism. Thank you.